Good morning, students. I'm getting some questions about graphing linear inequalities. People are saying that they did okay on the ed puzzle, but they're really not sure what the process is. So a couple of suggestions I have for you. First, on the back, at the back of the room, with where your books are, grab a book and look at lesson 97. It takes you through it step by step. Secondly, I'm going to show you here how I would graph linear inequalities on the DeltaMath assignment. So I am here, I'm actually on Lily's account, Lily Elder, and I can see that she has an equation or an inequality that she has to graph. So I'm going to take that inequality and write it over here. And it is 3x plus 4y is less than or equal to -8. Now, I would probably have a whiteboard near me when I was working. I want to write this in slope-intercept form. So I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. 4y is less than or equal to -3x minus 8. Now I'm going to divide all three terms of this equation by 4. And I'm going to get y is less than or equal to -3/4 x minus 2. Now please keep in mind, if I had divided this inequality right here by -4, then the symbol would change direction. Try to remember that. But I didn't divide by a negative, I divided by a positive. So what I have now is I have a boundary line, which is going to be a solid boundary line. Because of the less than or equal to, my y-intercept is -2, and my slope is -3/4. So let's take that information and graph it over here on the coordinate plane. My y-intercept being -2, my slope is down 3 to the right 4. I'm going to click right there. And I want to double check that I want a solid line. I do, because of the less than or equal to. If I wanted a dashed line because it was strictly less than, I would go change line like this. But I want a solid line. Now going back to my inequality, I have y is less than or equal to this boundary line. Therefore, I want to shade below the boundary line. So I'm going to go over to where my y-intercept is, and I want to shade the bottom of this line. So I'm going to hit change shade. That's the top. That's not the one I want the bottom. And so then I'm happy here. I'm going to submit this and double check that this is accurate. It is accurate. And so he gives me a little bit of understanding of what I've done that's right. And I'd move on to the next question. So this question, we have x plus y is less than or equal to 4. Once again, I want to write this in slope-intercept form. So I'm going to subtract x from both sides. I can see because of my less than or equal to, again, it's going to be a solid boundary line. The y-intercept is going to be 4, and the slope in this case is -1. Furthermore, once I do that, I'm going to shade below the inequality because of the less than or equal to. So let's take a look at what I have over here. My y-intercept is 4. So I put a dot on 4. My slope is -1. That's down 1 to the right 1. I definitely want a solid boundary line, so I'm okay with it just like this. And because of the less than or equal to, I want to shade below this line or below this y-intercept. So I'm going to change the shade so it's underneath, double checking all my criteria, matches exactly what I wanted. So we'll submit this and check that that's accurate. Okay, I hope that helps you guys.